Got a handful of stories from my stint in the army while I was stationed in Germany. I'll bite and throw out a couple. Background info: most US Army installations in Germany are just refurbished German barracks from World War II. Freshly 21 years old, military police sergeant stationed in Schweinfurt, Germany. First night on satellite patrol. A post is closing in Würzburg, so we have to send a satellite shift every night to guard to Kaserne while the few remaining civilian employees go home and sleep. Würzburg is about 45 kilometers from Schweinfurt, so we take one patrol car, and pack 3 soldiers inside, pistols, radio, uniform, and all. Underpost in Würzburg is an underground shelter/hotel from World War II that was to be used for high-ranking brass in case of prolonged air raids. The shelter is just under an abandoned high school, built in the late 90s for American teenagers and military dependents. All the soldiers who have worked night shift at the closing base swear that the high school is haunted. They report radio interference when they are performing security checks on the windows and doors, etc. I am a skeptic, and I deny hauntings for first half of shift. 0300 rolls around, and the my radio gives a buzz. The desk sergeant, as an act of facetiousness, I have no doubt, dispatches me to check the school. I pull car into school parking lot, drop clipboard, and pull out flashlight, begin to check the doors and windows. Get to front door, and see Anon standing there, maybe late 50s, wearing what I think look like janitor's clothing, gray and dirty buttons up the front. Getting creeped out by the darkness, want to be done with the check, so I ask the man in my broken German if he is planning on locking the rest of the doors when he finishes. He nods. I call in my check complete, and desk sergeant calls me back into the makeshift station. Asks how I finished so fast, and I tell him the janitor was still working. Tells me all school employees stopped working there a year ago. Desk sergeant makes all patrols go back to school, weapons out, to clear the building. Man is gone. Hell no. Another army story from Germany. Background: Schweinfurt was a major producer of ball bearings used for tanks and other weaponry by Germany during the war, and was a strategic target for many Allied air raids. Our Kaserne used to have an airfield that could be flooded if need be, so that it would not appear as a military target for Allied bombers. Base was demolished, anyways. Many German casualties. Post is said to be extremely haunted. Greater than 21, still military police/sergeant/etc. Midnight on a weekday doing laundry. Laundry room is in basement, next to boiler room and arms room, hot water, baby, the old-fashioned way. creepyaswhack.jpg. Live on 3rd floor, hot as hell, have to walk my ass all the way down to basement. Put laundry in to dry. Come back 45 minutes later, laundry is thrown all over the floor of the basement. Pissed.jpg, start to scream at 2 soldiers on charge of quarters, like nighttime watch. It's 12 to 24 hours long, they monitor people coming/leaving barracks. Mostly watch movies at desk. Both of them say nobody has been downstairs. After fixing laundry, stomp back up to my room. Come down 45 minutes later, laundry on floor again, god damn it. Start to question soldiers on CQ again. Pull the whole "this place is haunted" card. I say okay, if there is somebody here give us a sign. Lights in front foyer where we are, turn off, nobody near the light switch. Ofworkno.jpg. Abandon laundry till the morning. Okay, last army story, unless I get requests for more. Background: night shift on patrol as a military police soldier is boring unless it's a Friday/Saturday night, or a holiday. Then you get your wife beatings, payday issues every second Friday, bar fights, suicides, etc. So during the weekday, we usually finish our checks and slink off somewhere to park and sleep way. Before they put a stop to it, we used to be able to call mobile patrols around a German city, and we would take farm roads and sleep by fields while waiting for calls. As a sergeant, I am patrol supervisor, and have 3 patrols under my command, so naturally I ask one of them to show me a good spot to chill without being detected. Midshift about 2 a.m. Radio patrol 3-1, this is 3-0, make a meet with me at XXXX. 3-0, 3-1, Roger. Give the patrol the breakdown of what I want, he drives in front of me and I follow. End up on a very narrow dirt road with surrounded by a cornfield. Park, turn off lights, turn up radio, snooze. Greater than 30 minutes later the radio, 3-0, 3-1, do you see that? 3-1, what are you talking about? Turn on takedown lights on the light bar of the police cruiser. See man wearing jeans/long shirt, and a hockey mask walking dog at 3 a.m. in the cornfield adjacent to where our cars are parked. Fuck this, 3-1, this is 3-0, let's get the fwark out of here. Start car, haul ass out. I lied, I have 2 more. This first one I heard word of mouth from another soldier who swears by it, and after my experiences, I don't find far-fetched anymore. Background, in Germany, especially in Bayern, where the Catholic/Christian culture is strong, gross God, to all of you plebs still reading this, it is popular to place life-sized statues of Jesus on the cross in the middle of fields and crops. Some of these are just for like a blessing for harvest time, but on others one of Jesus' arms is detached from the cross and cradling a sculpture of a German soldier from World War II. This is to commemorate sites of mass casualties for the Germans, and it is one of the creepiest things you will see. So, apparently one of my soldiers was working shift with another patrol supervisor, maybe a year before I transferred into Germany. The same gig as the story from before, the other sergeant wants to sleep, and he wants a patrol to go with him. So they end up, again, after midnight, parked in a cornfield with one of these life-sized crucifixes on it. An hour passes, and they see something moving in the field, something huge. The sergeant is outside of his vehicle smoking, and he points his surefire flashlight on this motherfucker. I'm not exactly how many lumens, but these flashlights are mil-spec, and they both shit their pants when the light shone through this opaque, shadowy SC thing that now decides to sprint full tilt towards where the car is parked. And from the description given, this thing is like 15 feet tall with a loping gait and large, gangly arms. Needless to say they don't draw pistols, but instead the sergeant drops his cigarette, and they both all ass out of there, sirens and everything, making as much noise as possible. Milfrin, again. I guess since nobody is protesting I will continue to post. Another story, still Germany etc. Background, another night of midshift. This time it's nearing midnight or so, and the desk sergeant, dispatch, gets a call on the telephone. I happen to be chilling in the office, because me and the desk sergeant were on good terms, and we have both ordered Turkish doner from a food taxi, and are watching Bad Boys 2. It's an army wife. She is pregnant, and going into hysterics between the sobs and wet coughing sounds over the speakerphone. None of us in the office can understand her. We get just enough info to get her address, and to figure out that it isn't life-threatening, yet, she is just terrified that there is an intruder inside her building. The desk sergeant rolls his eyes, and decides that I need to go check it out. MFW, her house is in a German village 45 kilometers away. If somebody was going to murder her, she'd be dead by the time we arrived. I agree, no choice, to go, but I request that another patrol ride with me in the same car, and I'm not so bummed anymore, because it means the chance to run my lights and siren code all the way through town, and I get to have company. Buckle up, hit lights and siren, speed out the gate of the provost marshal's office, PMO, towards the home alone wife and her, we thought, absurd paranoia. Laughing, having a good time, I keep lights on the whole time, use breakdown lane when I need to, highway. Arrive at house in 10 minutes flat, no speed limit with sirens, mofos. Turn off lights, shut off engine, get out and push buzzer on app number to get the wife to unlock the door. She says she is not coming into the stairwell, and instead throws the key to us from the third floor window, lel. We unlock the door, and immediately hear loud banding coming from the basement level of this apartment building like somebody throwing a forking fit. Army wife opens door when she hears us, and asks what is going on. Me and my patrol both draw our weapons, telling her to stay inside and lock the doors. Heart racing, about to shit pants, we both chamber rounds into our weapons and pull out our flashlights, now holding our pistols MGS style flashlight hand supporting firing hand. We commence, what probably looked like, a sloppy basement clearing room to room, the noise getting louder as we approach a room downstairs where laundry is hanging. I reach for the door, and the banging stops. We count to 3 together silently, and then open the door with way too much enthusiasm, both spilling comically into the room onto our asses. It's amazing our weapons did not go off. Nothing in the room window is open, clothes and garbage thrown everywhere, and there is a smear of fluid on the ground leading to the window. Touch fluid, no gloves, it's blood.jpg. Both run comically back to the stairwell. Clear outside of house, nobody there. Stay for an hour to make sure nobody come back, then we clear the call. Never find source of blood. Okay, this one is the last one I have about being a soldier in Germany. Background: one of the great things to do in Europe is travel, and during the weeknights when we were not working/training for deployments, we would horse around in random villages/towns, wander and drink. A few of our crew were self-proclaimed watchers and paranormal experts and told me stories of a haunted forest near a Spielplatz, like a sports park, in a town called Summersdorf. They all told stories of hearing children laughing on the soccer, football, pitch, swings moving on the field, and seeing strange things in the woods. This was the time I was still a bit of a skeptic, so I decided that it would be fun to get a little drunk and investigate this for myself. 23:30-ish on a Friday, and several of us soldiers catch a taxi ride to Summersdorf Spielplatz. We bring bottle of booze, and continue to smoke, drink, and joke in the parking lot. Taxi driver thinks we are crazy/dumb Americans for coming to the park at night. We want cab driver to drive on the bike path through the woods, people do it, and he refuses, instead leaves us his number and drives away. We finish cigarette/booze, and start to walk towards the soccer pitch. Others who have been before get nervous, and the atmosphere grows a little tense, still laughing and joking nervously. Get to pitch, nothing there. No laughing, and no swings moving. Bullshit, I think. I'm pretty well toasted at this point, and a little agitated. Decide to go into woods. One friend says he will just wait in parking lot. I call him a derogatory name and move out. Into woods, nobody laughing anymore. Using cell phone light to look at things at the sides of the bike path. Used condoms, paper towels, and wrappers of all sorts are in the brush and bushes. Decide to be ballsy and walk off the path. Friends follow grudgingly. Getting angrier at lack of paranormal happenings. Into woods, nobody laughing anymore. Using cell phone light to look at things at the sides of the bike path. Used condoms, paper towels, and wrappers of all sorts are in the brush and bushes. Decide to be ballsy and walk off the path. Friends follow grudgingly. Getting angrier at lack of paranormal happenings. Start to jeer and taunt the woods themselves. Yelling obscenities, making noises, being an idiot. Wandering further into the woods. Start to see lights in the forest. Think nothing of them, probably just house lights. Friends more nervous, start pointing and jumping at sounds. I call them more names, keep wandering. Start to hear the wind, bark, and leaves from the trees falling from 50 feet overhead. Friends point upwards. I look, things moving through the trees ape-like from branch to branch in the canopy. Cannot make out what exactly they are, only that they are small and many. Pretty drunk now, look at lights, they are moving a little. Ofworkno.jpg. All run back to the parking lot, huddle back to back until cab driver returns.